Hey there, beauty queens. I'm so glad that we're back here for another series in our glow up. And this time I want to talk to you about what does glow up mean to you? So in our healing journey, we glow up. It's just what happens. As the inside of our minds and the inside of our bodies start receiving healthy foods, healthy words, healthy stories, then we start allowing people that aren't healthy to shed away from us and allow people that resonate with our healthier vibe come closer to us. There's so much information that's nuanced in here. That's why we just umbrella it under the healing. But we're not healing anymore, ladies. Our healing is in our glow up. We don't need something else to heal. We don't need to take another class, although I do love it when you're part of mine. We don't need more information. We just need to bridge the information that we do have with the information that's already in us. Your healing is not learning more. Your healing is remembering the sacredness and the preciousness and the savageness that being a woman entails. Since we have taken on more masculine traits and now we make money and we pretty much do what they do, we have lost the nuance of our power. And we put ourselves in situations where we do not feel fulfilled. Our hearts do not feel taken care of. We do not feel contained by a man. Sometimes we feel like we need to be sick or wounded or less than for a man to come in and stay with us and protect us. And that's just old conditioning. And that sheds away when you glow up. So let's look at your glow up as a recognition of some sorts. So let's look at 4 things that you can recognize, 4 that you know you're on your glow up journey, and it just takes a little bit more practice. Say one more thing to a man. When a man asks you a question and you don't want to answer it, have the capacity inside you to put that energy back on him. So here's your 4 recognitions. The first one is to recognize that needing more healing is a little bit of a rut. You don't want to sit in the rut that, oh, I need something else, or I need something more, or I'm broken, or I'm not quite right, or I'll never get it. Those are the conversations that keep your vibe low. You want to recognize that healing is just part of it. You learn something new and you go out there and practice it. Just like you did in first grade. Here is a tip to help you recognize that you don't need more healing, you just need more integration or practice or embodiment. And one tip you can do is take a look at the playlist that you listen to over and over again. Is there misogyny in there? Is there swearing in there? Is there anything that is nasty toward women in there as words? Get rid of that song and put in to your playlist songs of women that have gone through their healing journey, and they can just repeat affirmations to you all day long. One woman that I will absolutely recommend to you is Toni Jones. Toni Jones has several albums out there, and it's all about her healing. She has albums about affirmations, albums about what it's like to be a feminine. Check her out if you don't have anything else to add to your playlist. But recognizing that healing can kind of keep you stuck a little bit. So let's get out of the healing and get more into the practicing. Second thing I want you to recognize is that the chaos that ensues around you as you glow up is your old identity going. And the people around you are not happy about it. Why aren't you acting like you should? Or maybe they'll come up to you and say, you've changed. Or maybe they'll come up to you and say, boy, you seem like you're full of yourself. Well, instead of being savage and saying right back to them, well, who should I be full of? You. You just want to hold this with compassion, because the old identity was benefiting those people. And now that you're changing your old identity, you're not the people pleaser anymore to some people, and they're not happy about it. You're not just offering your services for free. They really like the community service girl. Or when you put your boyfriend on check. Those are the things that you want to practice so that when you see the people around you acting funny, they are reacting to your old identity leaving. Now, is there anything wrong with your old identity? Of course not. She got you here, didn't she? Look at it through the perspective of the little girl needs to get rid of her toddler identity in order to go to school. In order to be in a social setting, she needs to let her toddler identity go. Does that make her toddler bad or wrong? No, it's a stage she had to go through in order to find that she can discipline herself and learn from other people how to act in society. So when there's chaos around you and people are making comments or ignoring you, sit in it. The best advice I can give you is let it play out. Let it play out. See what happens, because they'll get all upset. And then every time they see you, you'll trigger them just with your presence, because you're no longer serving their toxicity. And you just let it be. Because the people that are creating the chaos and drama around you aren't your people. You can keep them in your life with good boundaries, but they aren't your people, because they benefited from your people pleaser, the good girl, or the community service girl. They benefited from that. And when you sit back and ask yourself, what do I get from them? What do I get from them that doesn't serve anyone else? And if the answer is very little to nothing, let them go. There's cord cutting exercises with my marble method that you can spin that marble and say, I love you, and let them go. All right. So we've looked at healing being the rut and just recognizing that you don't need more healing. You probably just need more practice. And it's easy to practice in groups of women that all want the same thing. The second thing is recognize the chaos around you as your old life shedding away, and just sit back and watch it and let it. Story time. I thought I had a friend because we were both on the healing journey together. But in the last few months, I have sat back and watched her chaos. I've watched her with her pick-me energy, her competition energy. I noticed when we were talking about dances the other day, she had to degrade the dance that I excel in order to put her dance in the spotlight. Or she had to put down or say, I don't do that. This is what I do. And you don't want to talk to people like that. So recognizing that you just need to sit back and shut up and just watch them. And here's a trick for that. Look at them like the 3-year-old that didn't get the love that they needed. And you can hold the space for them to finish up that conversation. And then allow that chaos, or I imagine in my mind the Tasmanian devil, just rolling away from your life. Because when the energy's off, close your mouth and allow them to feel the uncomfortableness of their off energy. All right, number 3, recognize behavior patterns. And this is what I just kind of talked about. I'm recognizing the behavior patterns of this woman. Here's another story about this woman that I really liked. I really wanted to be friends with. She was going in the same direction I was, but she is still kind of in her isolation. So being intimate with another woman and holding space for another woman is kind of out of her realm. She hasn't practiced that enough. So she can't hold space for me. She invited me to go somewhere one time, and the tickets were $150. It wasn't a cheap date. It was an all-day event to listen to a man that we both have listened to in the past, an awareness guru. And as we spent the day there, probably 6 or 7 hours, she got up from her seat and went and sat somewhere else. She had conversations with people and for minutes, like 10 or 20 minutes, and never told me what she was doing. It's almost like I was there, but I wasn't there with her. And when a girlfriend asks you to go somewhere, you kind of have this little contract that you're not going to leave each other, that you're going to hold the space for each other and not abandon them, not treat them like they don't exist, or they're not good enough, or they're just whatever, or make comments that I can eat anything I want because I have control over myself, when in my lifestyle, I eat everything I want, but I don't eat everything she wants. So she sees it as you're denying yourself. So now I just sit back and let her finish that conversation on her own. And when she asks what I'm thinking, I say nothing, just holding space for you to finish your story. Recognizing the patterns and being able to keep your mouths quiet and not try to fix them, defend yourself, explain a misunderstanding, because people that misunderstand you, they know it. They know they're misunderstanding you. So trying to explain yourself to someone that continually misunderstands you, or continually throws you in a competition vibe, or continually throws you into the pick-me field where she's trying to get her validation from outside of her, I have finally decided that I can't be around this woman. She is part of my dance group, so I will be around her at some point, but it will be very light and airy. It'll be high vibe. It'll be talking about the weather, and that's it. Anything else she says, I'll just say, I'm glad to hear. All right. The 4th thing you want to recognize in your glow up is that when you remove yourself from fit-in situations, you then create your own table. What do I mean by that? I loved this dance group that I found in Orlando. And I moved to Orlando to be even closer to this dance group and dancing in the city. And what I have found is that a lot of these people don't want to be my friend. They have their own lives going on. They have their own issues going on. And they don't want to be my friend. So although over the course of the years we do more things together, there is an air of off energy with women that I do things together. So one of the things that I did this year, because instead of fitting in with them, I energetically created my own table, and they either needed to decide to sit at it or stay at their own. And in this particular situation, they decided to sit at it. So here's the story. I go to a traveling Broadway show. I have season tickets. And 3 other ladies are also subscribed. And over the course of the last couple years, we've all gotten on the same day, and we now sit together. And I don't want to go with them because it's a vibration of hurriedness. It's a vibration of you are joining us, not we are joining you. And I can get isolated by them ignoring me, not including me, sitting in the wrong seats. So what I've done is I have decided to move my ticket from a Sunday afternoon to a Wednesday night. There's a dance going on Wednesday night, so I was hoping that they wouldn't want to go, but they joined me. So I have energetically created my own table where these women now sit with me. Wednesday night at the theater is my date night for me. I've been doing it for 7 or 8 years. I've been going with these women for about 2 to 3 years. So it is my night, and I am going to energetically create the environment where I am not fitting in. I am there, sovereign, on my own. And that is a huge practice. Being the people pleaser, we want to fit in. We want to help out. We want to be part of the team. But before you become part of a team, you have to sit back and discern what kind of team you want to join. Because the team I joined from my Broadway was, we are together as 3 and you are separate. We all drive together and our tickets are under one account. You are separate. And although I do like it separate because I like sovereignty over my own stuff, I had to energetically move them into my field so that energetically, this is my night. I was not going to give up my night to fit in with them. And recognizing that fitting in and belonging are on a spectrum. When you belong, you may only belong to yourself. Fitting in is going to strip you of your identity. It's going to strip you of your standards. You are going to break your own boundaries because FOMO is real. And practicing embracing yourself when FOMO happens is a good technique. Holding yourself in the disappointment of not being friends with these people, even though you do like them at some level and they do offer you services at some level, you can't be close friends with them. You can't have the dating conversations with them. You can't have the "my mother's driving me nuts" conversations with them because they don't care about you. And you would never know that unless you sat back and watched how they treated you. So today, let's do a really quick recap. In our glow up, sometimes we feel like we need more and more and more and more because our healing either gets stunted, or maybe we don't feel good, or we feel a little alone, or FOMO's starting to take over. If you can recognize these 4 things, you know you're on the right track. Keep going. Keep joining groups like this. Join 2 to 3 of them. If you have a few $100s, join 2 to 3 of them, because they keep you accountable to yourself. They ask questions that you are dying to ask, but you just didn't even know the question existed. So let's recap the 4 things. Recognizing that if you're having the conversation in your head, ooh, I need one more thing, that you're still in that consumer mode. And healing is practicing the things. Your glow up is your receipt of your healing. So stop healing and continue practicing. You just need more information every time you experiment with something. The second thing is recognizing that the chaos around you is your old life falling away. Allow it to. Don't explain when somebody misunderstands you over and over and over again. Don't chase somebody that just doesn't have time for you, and you don't know why. They could be fighting an illness. They could be dealing with illness with an elderly parent. You have no idea why. So refrain from the judgment and just allow them to be outside of your intimacy circle. The third recognition is behavior patterns. As we heal our beautiful feminine energy and our divine feminine, we start seeing patterns, because that's the gift of the feminine. She's the oracle. She can see what's going on ahead of her. She can see the patterns. And in our healing, we keep our mouths shut. We don't help other people that are going down the wrong road. We have to believe that they are capable of healing themselves. And your glow up and your growing confidence is going to give them permission to put their feminine gaze on themselves and go through their own glow up. Lastly, recognize the difference between fitting in and belonging. Fitting in is the chasing energy. That is the energy where you don't want to be without them. You don't want to miss out on the conversations, because when they get together again and they start bonding over those conversations, you feel left out. But if these are the people that can't handle themselves in society, that get drunk when you go out, that swear, scream, whether it's a holiday or not, in a beautiful restaurant where we're all dressed up with long gloves, I feel more uncomfortable sitting in that field than I do sitting home alone and feeling the FOMO of not being with these people. My vibe is to attract people that want to be part of my life in an intimate way. And I can't just let them in willy-nilly. I have to value test them. So I hope this video helped. And if you want more information, I have my connection classes going on. Join the Yumminess Revolution. And let's bring the joy, the happiness, the peace, and the yumminess back into our lives. We're women and we deserve them. Ciao for now.